Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. The secret came out about a year and a half ago, and it caused quite a stir. It has changed some people's lives for the better and caused controversy and disappointment for others. It's all about the law of attraction. What we think about and believe will become reality. I'm here today to share my belief and experience that the secret works if you work it. I'll have some tips later for how to make that happen. Have you ever noticed that misery, unhappiness, and hard luck follow some people wherever they go, and other people seem to win and succeed without much effort? I actually spent many years believing that life was about suffering and hard work, and I struggled to attain happiness and abundance. Finally, I realized that it was about the way that I was thinking, that if I could change the way I was thinking, then I could find those things. Let me back up a little. 6 years ago, I went to a treasure mapping party, they called it. It's about creating a vision board. And at that, we each brought stacks of magazines. We threw them all in the middle of the floor. We had easily 100 magazines. We sat there and pulled out pictures of things that appealed to us. Then we pasted them on boards, poster boards, and took them home. I took mine home and I put it up on the wall. And I looked at it. And I thought about the things. I really liked looking at the board. And what happened is that my life began to change. Small things happened at first, and easily. I had a picture about this big of a winter scene. I love winter. Don't like living there, but I like I like winter. And within a month, 2 months, I guess, after I put it on my vision board, I was in Arizona, and it materialized in front of me on a fall day in Arizona. I didn't even know I was going to take the trip to Arizona when I put that picture on my board. I slammed on the brakes, I jumped out of the car, I took a picture, I took it back, and I pasted it on the board next to the real picture. The more complex things and seemingly unreachable things come more slowly or not at all. For example, I took my vision board in for I was in therapy at the time. I took my vision board in for her to look at. She asked me, she made me do it. I felt like a fifth grader coming in with my project. She said, now take one of your pictures and look at it, what comes to mind? Well, I had a picture on there of clients, business people, sitting around an oval table, which is a scene that I have when I work with my clients. And the first thought that came to my mind was, my clients are never that happy. Oh my, how can I think that and be successful? So I created an affirmation that said, my clients value my work and pay me money. Now, an affirmation is only a seed. It won't happen unless we nurture it with emotion and belief. Within 1 month of looking at that picture every day and saying, my clients value my work and pay me money, I was in front of a group, 1 month, I was in front of a group, it was a new client, in front of a group with those people sitting around, not the same people, but people sitting around a table and completing a workshop with me. It was exactly as I had seen it on my vision board. We are responsible for the quality of our lives. Our thoughts are aiding our experience. Louise Hay, who is a leader in this field, has written a book, You Can Heal Your Life. It's also a movie now. And in it, she says that we do form our lives through our own thoughts. We become what we think about, whether we want it or not. So if we think we're a failure, then that's what we become. What about that voice in your head that says, voice in my head that says, I can't do that. I shouldn't do that. I'll look stupid. I'm ugly. Oh my God, my thighs. We have to really love ourselves. We have to love ourselves. We have to accept ourselves for who we are in order to achieve what we believe that we deserve. We have to also come from a core of peace. If we come from a shallow place, then it really doesn't work so well. The story about King Midas, in the story about King Midas, he wished for everything he touched to turn to gold. Now this was a shallow, greedy wish. And so then everything he touched started to turn to gold. Well, that included flowers. It included his food he couldn't eat. It included even his beloved wife and daughter. If he had come from a place of peace and wished for love and abundance, he could have had it all. But he didn't. He didn't get it. I don't know if King Midas ever got it. I guess he did. My personal experience with this is varied. I decided I'm pretty good at getting parking places that I want and for people to treat me kindly. So I decided to kick it up a notch one day, and at my Rotary Club, we have a raffle every week. There are 100 people who come every week to my Rotary, so there's a little bit of competition. One day, a woman walked in early February with a big, shiny red box with streamers out of it, and she had these beautiful-looking confections in it, candy and, cookies and things. And I looked at that and I said, I'm getting that. So I bought raffle tickets, and all during lunch, I bought 3. All during lunch, I pictured the club president handing that box to me. And I won. Wow, okay. So the next time, I won a bottle of wine. That's cheap wine, but it's still in my cupboard. And then the third time, I missed a couple weeks, and then the third time I came back, almost every week, one man brings in a beautiful box of handmade gourmet chocolates, and I've just been drooling over those for months. So I sat there and visualized myself winning the chocolates, and I did. Unstoppable. I felt so cool. But there was a catch. I felt guilty. It's not fair to win every week. It's not fair to the other people. So the next time I bought a ticket or 3 tickets, I came within one number of winning. The next time and the next time. I haven't won since. Isn't that interesting? So what can you do to come to this place of abundance, this law of attraction? Number 1, keep a gratitude journal. Write it down every day. Be grateful. Number 2, get rid of those resentments. Forgive anyone who has wronged you or annoyed you. Even annoyed you works. If we just resent them because they're annoying, it's the same thing. You don't have to agree with what they did. Just let it go, because bitterness will stop the whole process. Love yourself. Love yourself. Probably the most important one is that one. Number 4, keep your goals clear and in front of you. Use a vision board, which is that treasure map I was talking about. It's a lot of fun. You don't have to look at it every day. I do when I get up in the morning because I like it. It's friendly. It's all the things that I want. And say affirmations. These affirmations must be positive. If they're negative, it won't work. This is an old one I did at a class in 2005. These 2 things took 2 years to be achieved because I didn't really know what they were. I just knew that they were pretty. One of them's Alaska, the other one's Montana. I went there last summer. This is a Mercedes. I didn't make the Mercedes. I got the Infiniti. This one is a projector that I needed for my business, but they were too expensive. One day I was walking around in Costco, and there was this whole pile of them that were a third of the price that I had seen them anywhere else, and I was able to buy them. The crystals, this very summer, I was in Italy, walking along one of those little walled city streets, and there was a basket of crystals there, and I reached down, and there was a miniature of this one. I couldn't believe it. And these, of course, are my happy clients. Thank you, Bruce. Try this. When you go home today, take a little yellow sticky and write 3 things on it that you'd like to have happen in your life. Put it up on your window. No, not a window. Mirror. Put it on your mirror and look at it every day. And if you can do this, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. First time you try that, it's painful. Second time, it's painful. And then it starts to get less and less painful. See how long it takes for at least one of those things to come true. Begin to take charge of your life. The secret, the law of attraction, it works if you work it. Mr. Toastmaster.